All right. Hello, hello. I am Joy Bailey. I am the mortgage boss on all social media platforms, now on TikTok as well, Instagram, and of course here on YouTube. I am a mortgage loan officer here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm also licensed in 13 states. And I am here to talk to you today a little bit about this hot housing market that we are about to enter into. I've been hearing a lot of my friends and colleagues say this is the busiest that they have been in any January. Usually January, December, January, it's pretty slow. Kind of picks up a little bit mid-February, and then by March we doing a lot of pre-approvals and people start making offers and actually purchasing homes somewhere in the neighborhood of, say, April, right? It has been busy. It has been very, very busy. I have had a lot of consultations for people that were interested in purchasing homes. Um, my calendar has been full. Thankfully, thank God, right? I just sent out a pre-approval right before I logged on here, and we're gonna keep it rolling. But I hope everyone is doing well. I got all my notes and everything here. So fun announcement. Since I'm a little bit late. Fun announcement. I am now officially monetized. Yay! I need some sound effects. I don't have a thing like the lead attorney have all the little buttons or whatever, but nonetheless, it doesn't even matter. I'm officially well, yeah, it is official. I have 800 more watch hours to go before I can be monetized for the AdSense, but we get in there. So I'm happy. Anyway, let's see. So let me go back to my notes here. So I was online yesterday. Hello, y'all. As y'all come in, please make sure you hit the like button for me, so we can get this out to the people, so I can get some more views and hopefully some more subscribers, please and thank you. So it looks like it's 3 people, so I should have 3 likes. Okay. But anyway, so I was online yesterday, like I always am, right? And I saw something that made me like, I gotta talk about this. Like, I could not wait to get over here and talk about it. And I did a TikTok live earlier in the week, and I'm trying to figure out how to balance the two. I can't stream to both quite yet because I'm not familiar with the right streaming platform, but that's neither here nor there. But I saw something that was so profound to me anyway. It really like, I gotta tell somebody. And again, we're a little bit busier than we normally are in January. A lot of people did not earn the income that they hoped to earn last year. There are a lot of people that are able to re-enter the housing market that were not able to enter the housing market last year because things were just so high. And y'all, the statement said, and I'm paraphrasing because I tried to find it and I couldn't find it again. But the statement said, sellers will be auctioning their homes in 2024. They are no longer selling homes. No, it said no, sellers are no longer selling their homes. Sellers will be auctioning their homes in 2024. And I said, oh God, I hope not. I hope not. That made me a little concerned. It made me feel a little nervous, but I had some time to really like think about it, think through it, read a little bit information, and it is going to pick up. It is going to move a lot faster than it has been. But I want to talk specifically and tell you like what some of the things are that I think you should do. Some home buying tips that I think that will be beneficial to you if you are a first-time buyer or if you are selling your home and looking to re-enter the market immediately to purchase another home. One of the things that I can tell you is, again, there are a lot of people that haven't moved. They've been wanting to move. They've been wanting to move since probably, early last year. They're outgrown their homes. They have lots of equity, and they're taking that equity and they're going to put it in the next house. So one of the things that I think is really, really important, we've got to focus on, is making sure that you are not only honest with yourself, you're honest with all of the people and the participants in the transaction. You got to tell the truth. Tell the truth and tell it fast. Because one thing that I know that we are now experiencing is an uptick in occupancy fraud. And I've talked about occupancy fraud a little bit on the platform, but I just wanted to highlight it again because I was talking to a friend of mine that works for a different company earlier today, and she was telling me how she's in a situation right now where somebody is telling her that they're going to use the property for one thing, and every time she asks a follow-up question, is this I don't make yeah, and trying to tell her what she thinks she wants to hear. And that's not going to go well, because it's going to create a scenario where there are going to be a lot more overlays. And those overlays are ultimately going to hurt people, in my opinion. I think that's what's going to happen. I got an alert last week. Yeah, I got an alert last week. And so it just basically said to be on the lookout for an occupant borrower that works remotely or is relocating. All right, it's saying to be on the lookout for anybody who has a departing residence that is going to be larger. Is going to be larger than the home that they're moving to. So when you are of a certain age, you are probably still going and trying to get more money and moving to a bigger house, and you're not downsizing. So if it seems odd that somebody's going from a 4,000 square foot house to a 2,000 square foot house, that could be a potential red flag that they're trying to commit occupancy fraud. And then one more that I thought was really, really important for people to pay attention to, because this happened to me, is when there is a non-occupying co-borrower that's trying to get on a loan to help out. I had that situation last year. Yeah, last year. And the gentleman was a veteran, and I reported it immediately. So, but he basically was trying to use somebody saying, "Oh no, like we're gonna be on the loan together. I'm helping out." But the reality was that person was no, he wasn't gonna be on the loan. He was getting a name. He was gonna get his mom to buy the home on his behalf, but she was never going to live in the house. She was never going to nothing. It just didn't make sense. And she was putting herself in a position where on the application she lied, and she was one that was going to be committed occupancy fraud, as well as being a straw buyer. And we're seeing that a lot as rates go up. I want y'all to understand what happens with second homes, like vacation properties, or homes that are investment properties. Those homes that are investment properties are going to have a higher interest rate every single time. They have a higher down payment requirement and a higher interest rate requirement. And right now, the investors are out there and they have the money. And the ones of us that would like to be investors, sometimes we struggle a little bit with the money. And so we have to try and find alternative ways to try to get those investment properties. And y'all, they've noticed the pattern. They're looking out for it. So please, please, please just know, tell the truth. Just be honest on the whole application. You're going to save yourself a lot in the long run. And companies are already losing money because of occupancy fraud, and because they will check your house. Like if something isn't right, like they have a post closing audit, and in a situation that I'm talking about, the buyer closed and called the loan servicer, because the loan company that you do your loan with and the person or company you pay your payment to could be two different companies. And in this particular situation, the loan servicer said, "Oh, well, this is odd. Hey, the person called, they closed last month. They called and they wanted to change their mailing address back to the address that they claimed that they moved from. What's going on?" And the borrower was like, "Oh no, that's going to be an investment. I'm going to have Airbnb," and told all the business like the calls are not monitored and recorded for quality assurance. Okay. So we would be in a situation as a lender and stuff, when things like that happen, we have to buy the loan back. It's not sellable to the secondary market. So that's hundreds of thousands of loans. And if you can imagine that one times, let's say it's, 5 a month, that's a lot of money over the course of a year. And then you extrapolate that over all the different lenders across the nation. That is a significant bill, a significant loss. And so they'll mitigate that by offsetting it with higher interest rates for everybody else, as well as more overlay. So just be careful with that when you're buying. So I'm just going to stop there just for a second. Hi, everyone that has come. I appreciate y'all showing up for me. Y'all, let's make this a dialogue and not a monologue. Once I get through all of this, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. But I wanted to pause just for a moment. I got a wonderful cash app here from the Real Bravado Network of $20. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you pulling up on me. I've been doing just regular recorded videos lately. I hadn't done a live stream, and I'm like, well, let me try and get back in the swing and see if I can be on 2 platforms. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok as well. Because it's a lot easier to do lives over there than it is over here. Because I'm gonna tell you, if I don't do a live for like 3 weeks, I've completely forgotten how to hook everything up. I'm like, where does this go? I leave cords in other rooms. That's why I'm always late, because I'm gonna have to hunt down the stuff to put everything together. And like, where's my lights? And my microphone's not working. So that's that on that. But the Real Bravado on that. I've been seeing your channel. You are growing a lot. You're gonna be at 10K soon, if you're not already. I think you were like 6 or 7 the last time I saw. I think the last time I saw your channel, it was like 10 of y'all on there. I was like, oh, I was confused with too many people to keep up. But he has a great channel where he talks a lot about life in the perspective of men, and challenging men, and how he feels like men should be men, and improve the community that they are in. So he has a lot of great talking points. We don't always see eye to eye, because I still think marriage is a partnership. But that's another case. It's another story for another day. But nonetheless, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. You see, I got my monetized now. I got a little thing. I put the Cash App on the ticker because I remembered and then I forgot. I don't know. I'm not used to it. I don't know what to do. So anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. So listen. So we talked about the occupancy fraud. So you need to make sure that you are telling the truth on your loan application. That is thing number one. In a hot housing market, you want your life and your application and your process to have the fewest snags possible. I'm never going to promise somebody that nothing will ever come up, because nobody can make that promise until we're all the way in there. It's like surgery. You go in there, you dig around a little bit. You like, oh, okay, all the body parts are here. All right, well, let me see. Oh, woo, I didn't expect that. Well, that didn't show up on the X-ray. We don't always know. And so the best thing that you can do is tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth on your loan application. What does that mean? Whenever you complete a loan application, 9 times out of 10, now in 2024, it's going to be an electronic application. That means you can sit with that application all day and all night, and you can research your answers. It's not a quick high and by conversation. You need to know where you have lived for the last 2 years. Guess what, y'all? People will get on these apps, fill them out, and I'm like, what is your zip code? Oh, I forgot. Well, when did you live at so-and-so street? I can't remember. Oh, well, and we'll go through it. And why you don't know nothing? You got nothing but time. And side note, just so we're very clear, I want to point out some things to you. I always tell people, when you are dishonest, we already know that you're lying. We know that you're lying before you get caught in the lie, because we triangulate everything that you give us. So your application says that you live at 123 Main Street. Does your driver's license say that? Because we need to see your driver's license. Do your tax returns say that? Because if you said that you've been living there for 2 years, your tax return should reflect the same address. All right. So, and also your credit report tells us when and where you live your whole life. So we can see all of these things. It's not like we can't see them. Thank you. 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 Oh, child. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You know how hard I work for this. I'm sorry. Thank Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't tissue. I'm sorry. If y'all only knew, let me tell you, if y'all only knew, like so the real bravado and I, we were in a mastermind together. Oh my God, my eyes gonna be red. The people gonna think I've been smoking the marijuana. Okay. So, oh Lord, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm a G. All right. Thank you. No, we've been we were in the mastermind together. We talk on the phone. We were like, well, how you do? I don't know how to do my thumbnail like that. I'm like, I ain't never gonna get monetized, man. And it just, oh my gosh. Like I have my very own colorful one. Like this is different than a cash out. This is okay. This is different than a cash out. So thank you. Because you know. I would say if you know, you know. I know you know. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. No, I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you. That meant the world to me. Thank you. All right. So make sure you're telling the truth on everything. And are you kidding? Did you mean to do this? Did you mean to do that? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That is very kind. Thank you so much. Um, yes, I did. I did the mastermind with the lead attorney. I saw the course, but I'm just so inconsistent, right? And so my content is so boring. Like it's not too gossipy. Like I try sometimes to, weave a little in there, but not all the time. And I don't know. It just took a lot longer. I probably could have done a little better, but the people on TikTok like really like pushed that thing forward because back in November. So I got on TikTok. I had a TikTok already, but on November 22nd, I don't know. I posted. I said something to somebody, And I had 190 followers on November 22nd. And by December 22nd, I had 10,000. And I was like, what's going on here? And so I was like, oh, well, y'all have a YouTube channel too. And so then that kind of like forced me to start making some more content to put over here. But no, it really started. It started like coming, and I on December the 31st is when I got my email and it was like, you're monetized. And I also got monetized on TikTok the same week. It was quite a week. Like I love 2024. 2024 is the best year of my life. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Thank you. Whew, Lord, help me, Jesus. Thank you, God. Okay. When you do the Lord's work, you'll be blessed. You'll always give him knowledge for free when others charge for the knowledge. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Because Lord knows I be trying to I be talking to my friends. They like, no, you should charge for the consultations. You should charge for this. And it's so many different ways. And I'll be honest with you. I ain't gonna say I haven't thought about it, but because I mean, honey, people will waste your time. But I just feel like it is a part of my job, even though I did a TikTok where I explicitly said our job is not to educate, because it's not. That is literally not in our job description. But at the same time, it's like I'm not a hard salesperson. I feel like if you rock with me, you rock with me. You like me, like me. If you like the way that I help you and I do business, then great. And last year was a very challenging year for me, but I and started to really focus in on well, what's my purpose? Like, I'm 40, what's my purpose? I don't know my purpose. And people walk around like, oh, I'm aligned with my purpose. I'm like, well, what's my purpose? And I'm confused. And I found a scripture, Micah 6:8, that says, do justice, love, kindness, and walk humbly with God. And I will say, I'm very much the justice girl. If I feel like somebody is being done wrong, I'm going to say something. And I do see a lot of people on social media that push a narrative that gets them clicks and views, and it's just really, really harmful information to tell somebody that you should buy a house with no money and bad credit. And so I've been trying the best that I can to make sure people are adequately prepared, because nobody should have to stumble and fumble their way through the loan process because somebody didn't tell them something, or because somebody didn't tell them the whole truth of something. This is a sales job, and I tell people that all the time. I am a salesperson, and don't you forget it, okay? I am. I'm not a greasy, slimy, car salesperson, but I am very much a salesperson, and I expect something for it at the end of the day. But along the way, I want to make sure that whether someone works with me or not, my reputation in this business and in this career is very important to me. I don't want to just be like the black girl that got in it to hit a lick right quick. And I will tell anybody that if they think that that's what this is, that they are horribly, sadly mistaken. This is a profession. This is a profession that I will say over and over and over. It gave me a life that I'm so very grateful for it. This business has done more for me than I can do for it. It has allowed me to own the home that I'm sitting in recording it right now. And it doesn't have to be that, oh, those downtrodden poor black people. I don't believe that. I challenge that just because of my personal story and my personal life. And in my life, I've gone from making, $34,000, $37,000 teacher to what my life is, I mean, not today's not a great example, but check back with me in about 90 days. But it's a wonderful, wonderful career. And I really strongly feel, I believe in my soul that throughout this YouTube journey, I'm learning that about me, that maybe that is my purpose. Maybe my purpose is to share my experience and to challenge other people to do the same along the way. Don't feel like you can't buy a house because you don't make the money today. Go get another job. It's not hard. it's limitless opportunities out here. Like that's literally America. Like that's the whole point. It's where Little Wayne can exist. It's where a little boy that harmed himself, I don't want to get flagged or nothing, and grow up to be one of music's biggest icons. I mean, it's just you ain't got to make $43,000 if you don't want to. And when people are like, I ain't never gonna buy a house, okay. But for those that will listen, I'm here to encourage them and let them know you ain't got to do that. But thank you again. You said you followed me. I followed you from TikTok, and just know your knowledge helped be a first time home buyer get through the process, and I close next month. Well, why ain't do your loan then? No, I'm joking. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I know I can't do everybody's loan, but no, that's what I'm here for. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm very much a professional's professional. Absolutely. And I participate in the industry. I read the articles. And if I tell you something, trust me, you can fact check it all day long. Google it. It'll be there. I assure you. If you can't Google it, I will provide the publication so you can read it for yourself. So anyway, so tell the truth on the application. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. So tell the truth on the application. And as you're telling your story, make sure that all the information is accurate. And it's the funniest thing. The one job that we have as loan officers, they used to say, take a complete and accurate 1003 because the form is called 1003. And we struggle with that. Loan officers are horrific at details. We are absolutely awful when it comes to details. We're going to slap some numbers up there. And you say you make $13 an hour, but you got $16 million in the bank, we're going to type in $16 million in the bank, and we're going to run that thing through the system, and we're going to send you off on your way. And if you are a liar, that is your problem. And that is actually a conversation that I had a little bit earlier today with one girl. She's a realtor. I was sharing this with her that I had heard from two different sources today. Yeah, that's what loan officers are doing now. They just like, here it is. Now, I don't know if y'all understand the difference between a pre-approval and a pre-qualification, but I will highlight that in just a second. So again, make sure you're telling the truth on your application. Excuse me. Make sure you're telling the full truth on your application. Your name is not, okay, I was about to say the person's name. Your name is not JJ, okay? Your name is James so-and-so, such and such, Jr. You need to put that on the application. That is your name. I had a gentleman last November. He had two last names. And so we got all the way up to the closing table. Like at the last day, couple hours before the end of the day before he was supposed to close, we had to change all the documents, pull the credit again, everything, because it was the wrong last name. So that is very important that you tell the truth about who you are. Social security numbers need to be entered into correctly. If it's not, then we might have to re-pull the credit again. Birth dates, very important. The spellings of your name, all those details matter. Where have you worked? How do you get paid? If you tell us that you get paid $72,000 a year, but you don't break your $72,000 down to say, well, my salary is really $52,000 and I worked overtime and I got a bonus of $20,000, and then we get all the way through, you got a pre-approval or pre-qualification because nobody collected your documents to read anything. And you only had that job for 9 months. Now we can't count it and you don't qualify no more. So tell the whole truth on your application. And like I said earlier, be honest about your purpose of living in the property. Please and thank you. Thing number 2, be pre-approved, not pre-qualified. Again, I want to set the tone for you guys. The lady on the Facebook page said, sellers are not selling their homes in 2024. They will be auctioning their homes in 2024. And I'm just telling you, the comments They was like, yeah, I hope so. I hope that's what's happening. I can't wait. So trust me and believe me when I tell you, it is going to be a lot busier, and there's going to be people in the market that have lots of money, not a little bit of money. They're not going to just barely qualify. The people that are buying homes now are very well qualified buyers. They have 700 credit scores on average. So that's another reason why I'm so passionate. I'm not discouraging you from doing anything. I'm passionate about you being able to compete. Because if you can't compete, what you doing? What Ricky Bobby say, if you're not first, you last. What is second place? The first one to lose, right? Who wants that? So you want to be as competitive as you could possibly be, and having a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification can do that for you. So what's the difference? A pre-qualification, hey, you tell me you make $1 million, I'm gonna type in you make $1 million working at the Waffle House. You tell me you got $6 billion in the bank, I'm gonna put $6 billion that you got at on your rush card. Okay, whatever you say, it goes. I'm gonna click the button and it's gonna tell me that it works. Great. And then we're gonna move on. I've never seen your $6 billion. I've never seen your have $1 million. I said that you had at the Waffle House. It does not matter. A pre-qualification is, I hear you. I'm gonna run with what you say, but you haven't proven nothing to me. On the opposite end, the way that I work, I'm gonna take a phone call with you. It's gonna be 10, 15 minutes. I'm gonna try and get a general idea of what you're trying to do. I'm gonna already know in my head if you qualify or not. When I send that link and I be like, well, apply, I already know in my head if it's gonna work out or not. But I don't want to discourage anybody from applying. So let's see how it goes, right? So then we're gonna do the application. And I say, hey, make sure you send me all these documents, whatever the appropriate documents are based on that conversation. If they tell me they self-employed, those are going to be different documents. If they are wage earners, those are going to be different documents, and so on and so forth. So you need to be pre-approved, because that pre-approval goes to the underwriter. I'm going to run everything. I've seen your documents. I'm going to run it through the automated underwriting system, and I'm going to send you a letter. Me, Joy. I'm not an underwriter. I don't approve or deny loans. So the system has done it, and it's going to say we looked at your credit, and it's going to say that we ran through the automated underwriting system and you good to go. That should be sufficient, but we're not trying to just be sufficient. We want to get our offers approved, right? I'm going to take it one step farther, and I'm going to send your whole file to an underwriter while you out looking for a house. And I saw some comment earlier today that said, what did it? I wrote it down. The lady said that they had 30 showings. She said after 30 showings, they finally got their offer accepted. Who would have thought? Like, what? It's January. It's cold outside. What are y'all doing? It's crazy in here. But let me pause real quick to say thank you, Out Here Trucking. I don't know if you've seen it earlier, honey. Out trying to get my life together. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, you one of my day ones. I love you so much. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Congratulations, Joy, on being officially monetized. I wish you nothing but the best of luck as you continue to grow and provide excellent, beneficial content that we can use in our everyday life. Big salute to you, sis, and keep grinding. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you so much. Yeah, you know how it go over here. I'm here. I'm not here. But we're going to see if I can be more consistent for sure. But I certainly do appreciate you and your consistency, because I feel like you here every time I'm here. And then if not, then I'll see a comment or something. You catch the replay or something. So no, like those watch hours were very important. So thank you. This victory belongs to all of us. But it really does, though. It really does. When you start thinking about that, it really truly does. It belongs to everybody, because I mean, I can't watch 4,000 hours of me. I can't watch them. I mean, I probably could. I definitely could do 1,000. But I like me. But thank you so very much. I appreciate you for coming and kicking it with me as you always do. And hopefully you'll be buying a house one day soon. So, all right. So then it goes to the underwriter. So you get past me. I'm going to send you on to the underwriter. The underwriter is going to issue what we call a loan commitment letter. And so, if somebody is currently going through the home buying process, they know that they get to the underwriter twice. You get initially approved and then you get your final approval. So when you get initially approved, it'll come back with a lot of conditions and say, okay, well, you had a 3-month gap in employment. Can you give me a letter of explanation? You had you said you lived at 123 Main Street, but your credit report says 124 Main Street. Can you please explain the difference? Why is it a difference? You had a 30-day late on your credit report 9 months ago. Explain it. Like little stuff like that. It really shouldn't be nothing that's too much, but sometimes, again, if you're not completely honest on the application, it can blow up the whole entire thing. So you get your pre-approval, your loan commitment from the underwriter, and then you off to the races, because at that point the underwriter has seen it and they said, okay, we verified everything, you good to go, enjoy yourself. And at that point it is yours to lose. That is one way to position yourself to make sure that you are successful. Because if you are one of 10 offers and you're the only one that has been all the way to the underwriter, and you have a letter saying, I went to the underwriter, I don't know what the rest of them been doing, I got my papers on me, okay, they're gonna see you a lot better. And y'all have to go through this not as a buyer. You got to go through this thing with a seller mindset. Who would you sell your house to? You want to think about that. So the third thing that I think will be very helpful in a really competitive housing market, where they're claiming that they're going to be auctioning homes. Jesus Christ, we in for it. The third thing is a very, very, very strong earnest money deposit. Here in North Carolina, you have earnest money and due diligence, but that's another story for another day. But your earnest money is basically your offer up front to say, hey, I'm really serious about this. If you are bidding on a $350,000 home and your earnest money is $500, but someone else is offering $3,500 as earnest money, they're probably going to take that $3,500 earnest money person more seriously, because they're like, oh, they got all their money. They can just write a check today. It's not this, I'm scrambling in the background trying to get my shit together, because that's what happens more times than you would believe. People will enter the process with 25% of the work done and then spend the rest of the process trying to catch up because they weren't adequately prepared to be able to actually be under contract. And they chasing down documents. They trying to see this. They trying to shuffle that. They trying to borrow this. Let me see if my mama can get on the loan. Okay. Sellers don't want to be bothered, because ultimately what happens when those type of scenarios come up, the seller, if you don't meet certain deadlines and certain dates, they could just be like, on to the next. I'm not dealing with you no more. Just, and you out of money. You could potentially be out of your money. So you have to be very mindful of that. But having a strong earnest money up front, it signals, one, I'm very serious, and two, I got it. I got the money. Don't worry about me balling over here. Don't play. So that's very important, because you are buying something. You will be surprised how many people will call. And I know that they don't know any better, because don't nobody telling the truth. They'll call. How much money you got in the bank? $500, but I could get down payment assistance. How far is that $500 really going to take you? In the grand scheme of things, I don't want anybody to be the exception to the rule. Follow the damn rules. You're not competing with people like you. You're not competing with people that look like you. You're not competing with people that are necessarily in your tax bracket. You might be competing with an investor that this is their fifth purchase for the year. And if they felt like it, they could just stroke a check that day. Here's your $350, ma'am, and shut the whole thing down. So you've got to be adequately prepared with money to buy a house. Period. So a good, strong, earnest money offer is going to be very, very helpful. And also what goes along with that strong, earnest money offer, stop trying to nickel and dime your way through the transaction. If you know that is multiple offers on houses in the area, don't go in trying to have a pissing contest with the next person. Oh, I'm going to offer $20,000 less because your dad told you to. What are you proving? $20,000 in the grand scheme of things is no money. When you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, that little 20, what's that gonna take off? $24 off your payment? Maybe. I don't know. I'm making it up. I don't think I'm too wrong though. I'm pretty actually. No, that can't be right. Let's call it $50, maybe, depending on interest rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's be serious. The housing inspection is more than $500. Yes, but they don't know. They're not prepared. They think that the seller's going to pay for everything. Oh, the down payment assistance is going to pay for everything. But it's one of those things you don't know if you don't know. So, nonetheless, we here to teach the people. That's all. Okay, so earnest money is important. So please have all your money available, down payment assistance or not, because you got to have it for other incidental costs. Number 4 or 5, I don't know what number I'm on. Have more than you need. I'm a proponent. I'm a fan. People ask me on a daily basis, well, how much money do I need? More. More money, more money, more money. More. And again, it's for the reasons that I just outlined. The more money you have, the more options and opportunity you have to make sure that you're able to make it to the closing table. What if, this example is inspired by a true story. What if your loan officer forget to lock your loan? It could happen. What if your loan officer forgets to lock your loan and now you got another $2,000 in closing costs because the market got worse from Monday to Thursday? It could happen. I'm just saying. We're humans. We're all humans. Everybody's done it. I'll tell you this. When you do it one time, you don't do it again. Again, that example is inspired by a true story. But yeah, you want to have more than what you need. You want to make sure that you have accounted for every possible scenario. You want to make sure that you have money to move after the fact. I have a friend now. She's purchased a home. She's living in a home that her and her husband bought. He's a veteran, so they really didn't have very many costs. The military moved them, packed up the house, no money down, like easy loan, right? They just walked in the house pretty much. Well, now they're moving again, but this time the move is on them. And she's moving, I think she said 3 hours away, and the moving expenses are going to be $5,000. How you going to move when you don't have no money? You have to have more money than what you need. But in general, the actual transaction is going to be down payment of at least 3 to 3.5% if you're a first-time home buyer. If it's not your first time purchasing a home, then 5% down is the minimum down payment. And a first-time home buyer is defined as someone that has not owned a home in the last 3 years. So if you are, let's say I'm moving from my house to my new house, I only have to put $5,000. I'm sorry. I only have to put 5% down on that next home. Okay. Okay. So more money than you need. Down payment, closing costs. Don't expect anybody to pay your closing costs. Again, they have what you want. You want the thing. So if you want the thing, then you need the money to get the thing that you want. They don't need you. They can go on to the next person easily. And it's definitely going to be a next person. So, and then if it's not, you need to ask, well, why isn't it the next person? What's wrong with this house? So you want to have your closing cost money as well. So when you start factoring in your down payment plus your closing costs, you may be talking about 7% or so of the total purchase price. So let's call it $350 again, which that I'm going to be honest, I'm using a lower number than the average. I think the average right now in the country is like 4 something. So I meant to check it before I came on, but I forgot. So $350 times 7%, that's $24,500. That should cover your down payment and all of your closing costs. The worse your credit is, the more you probably need, because you're going to have situations where if you have bad credit, then we're going to give you more closing costs as a penalty because you are a risk. We're going to collect the most money we can up front from you because we don't know how long you're going to be in this house. If I'm going to be totally honest, when we get loans, when we sell into the secondary market, there is a mathematical formula that projects about how long that one person is going to hold that loan. Whether you continue to live in the home or not, that loan is valuable, and it's valuable to the investor. The investor is who gets your interest, not the bank. And a lot of people don't realize that. It was a guy on JT, Pocket Watching with JT a couple weeks ago. And he was one of them, I don't know what they're called, one of those people. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. One of them people that's like, the rules don't apply to me people. And I was listening to what he was explaining, and he wasn't wrong in what he was saying. He was just wrong in the application for it. He was like, when I apply for the loan, the money, I'm not applying for money from the bank. Oh, yeah, okay, that's technically true because we get the money from somewhere else. Yeah, you're right. And why am I making an agreement to pay the bank? The bank ain't even the ones that's getting the money. Yeah, he's right. He's yeah. We kind of like a pass through to send the money on to the secondary market, which is where the actual investor is that collects your payment and your interest, and they make money off of whatever that interest payment is for what they usually project about 7 years. We consider a good loan somebody's made payments one time for 3 years. So when you coming into the situation and you got a 590, 595, 600 credit score, I said this on TikTok. I was like, I don't know how to break it to you, but if you got a credit score in the 500s, your life is falling the fuck apart. Buying a house should not be on your list of things to do. And that's coming from somebody who has had a credit score in the 400s before. So this is the thing, like when I be out here and I be talking my shit, I be talking to me. I'm serious. Like, it's the truth. What are you doing? Your life is spiraling out of control. Why would you want to add more to it? But again, that's just me. And my real question is, why would the person that told you that you could do it? But I mean, it's the guidelines. It works for some people, but just don't work out for all people. It works out for less than 1% of the people if you apply with the if you apply with a 580 credit score. And that's facts. That's not an opinion. Y'all stop it. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. That's the truth. So just please, just think, y'all. I swear. So yeah, you might have discount points that we add to the loan that's going to increase your closing costs. Um, what else? Like I said, moving expenses, your appraisal. Um, because sometimes that can change during a transaction. We used to, when I worked at the bank, we would collect maybe like $400 up front. But if you had like a bigger house, or if the appraiser was like, I don't feel like driving that far, they need to give me more money for me to come out there, because that's going to take up an extra 2 hours of my day to go out there and then come back. And that means I'm missing out on work from over here. They could come back and be like, I need you to give me like an extra 150 or whatever the scenario is. Or if you get an appraisal done, something could happen like a tornado, or an ice storm, or something, some sort of weather event. Like we've been seeing these extreme weather patterns. So you get your appraisal. Let's say you supposed to close, today's Thursday. So let's say you got the appraisal back last Monday, right? So you thinking, oh, I'm closing next Monday. This is great. We get the appraisal back, and then it's a tornado, and a tornado is in that zip code. They're going to be like, pause everything. We need to get the appraiser to go back out there and make sure that the house is still there. Well, we ain't going to pay for it. You got to pay for it. So make sure that you have enough money to cover what if scenarios. So that's why I say you got to have more than what you need. Number 6, you can increase your chances of having a good experience when you are well qualified. I stated it a little bit earlier. 700 FICO score is the average. A little bit more than that, actually, is the average FICO score in America. Is that true for minorities? No, it's not. It isn't. But I mean, there is something coming to try to help out with that. We have a new scoring model that we'll be using in 2024. I'm on a committee about that, so I'll share more later on. But just know that formula is changing, and it is changing with the lens of how can we help more Black people be qualified to buy. And I want to say that the number that I read on the white paper that was written, that it would open up the market to a couple more million people. I can't remember the number. I know it's in the millions though. So that'll be coming. But in the meantime, in between time, you still need to have a good credit score. So be well qualified. That means all your money. Don't ask for nothing from nobody. Have more than what you need. Oh, getting back to more than what you need. If something were to happen with that one property and your earnest money is lost, you need to be able to continue to move through the transaction and go get you a new house. You don't want to have to start all the way back over from scratch again, or have to sit out, 60 days to save up that $25 or that $3,500 again. So there are situations where people lose, $10,000, $20,000. I told a story on TikTok the other day where I have a friend that works for a bank, and she said that it was a client and he was in a contract and he just was like, I don't want to buy this house no more. I changed my mind. And he was fine with losing his $20,000 that he had already put in it. He was like, well, it's good. I'm not doing it. I don't want the house. Like, you gonna lose $20,000? Yes, I'm gonna lose $20,000. It's okay. I got more. Those are the type of people that you're competing with, okay? Somebody that's willing to lose $20,000. So I'm just saying, be prepared, be more prepared, be well qualified, have all your money. Oh, and the last thing that this is not today, but it could be a situation that you might run into. And I've seen on some Facebook boards where this has started to happen. I did a live stream, probably I think like in March, April, May-ish, where we talked about, it was a bunch of realtors on it. And there had been a realtor lawsuit, and the realtor lawsuit says that, what happened was sellers were upset and they sued NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors. They sued them and was like, I think it's pretty fucked up that I wrote a 6% commission check to this bitch. And she turned around and she gave half my money to that bitch over there. I ain't hired that bitch. I don't know her. I mean, if you put it like that, I mean, dang. Hey, Jess. Y'all, Jess over there blowing up, honey. She just came out of nowhere. I ain't even know. Did you just start doing content like in 2024? Because I had never seen you come on my timeline. And then you out here with all the gossip, all the tea and everything. And I'm like, what damn, how the hell? She done popped out of nowhere and she got 300 views. Meanwhile, I'm fighting for my life to get 300 views. She telling all the tea about what's going on with Funky Dineva, Tasha K. Jesus. I'm just saying. I could talk about that too. But good for you. She in that mastermind, honey. We all in there together. When one person come up, we all come up. But so what's going to start happening now is, oh, thank you. Oh, look at you. About to be Jess with the mess. I heard they hiring over at the Breakfast Club. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love and the support. I appreciate you coming to pull up on me, hang out with me, laugh a little bit, learn a little bit. And I hope to see you again soon. And I'll definitely make sure I'll be checking out your channel. Cause girl, you really be having the tea. I think you gonna mess around and blow up. How many subscribers you got now? I want to know. Cause I'm like, again, fighting for my life, trying to claw my way to 2,000 now. And she over there just running it up. Like, girl, I can make houses sexy too. I don't know. Did you hear about them taxes? Let me tell y'all about them taxes. Did you know your taxes could go up? What? It ain't quite working like that, but you know what I'm saying. Girl, you at 622. But no, seriously though, you got 622 since like the beginning of January. Like, I'm not joking. It's been what, 18 days? Is that how long you been coming on? Because I promise you, I hadn't seen you in my feed until a couple weeks ago. Okay. You might end up being in a situation where it's a ratchet house video. There you go. That's it. I can tell you about how these celebrities be out here lying to y'all about buying houses. These hoes ain't buying no houses. They out here lying. You just signed that contract, baby. That is borrowed money. You ain't bought your parents no house. If you know, you know. That is not how lending works at all. That's why Krishan got called out the way she did. But what's gonna start happening, guys, and I'm serious right now. The realtor commission thing is gonna be in flux for a couple of years, but the realtor commission did not expect to lose that lawsuit. The sellers were upset because they felt like it was fixed across the board, that everybody had to pay the same amount. The sellers were like, I don't think that that's right, that y'all all are colluding. That was the word that they used, that they all were colluding, I guess, against the public, and say, oh, well, I'm charging 6%, you charge 6%. And they felt like they weren't given any opportunity to negotiate, or they weren't ever told that it was an option not to pay the buyer. Every state's contract is a little bit different. I'm not a realtor, so I can't get into the weeds of that. But ultimately, anytime in America a consumer feels that they are being taken advantage of, you best believe America is going to flip the table upside down and make sure that those consumers are protected. Donald Trump say if he get back in the White House, he said that whole CFPB is going up in smoke. He was like, get somebody else to do it. And the CFPB is who protects consumers. It's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And that's who you complain to when you feel like your credit card's not doing right by you. Anything financial, the bank's not doing right by you, your mortgage company. Anytime something is going wrong like that, that's who you are supposed to like appeal to. And all you got to even say, really, look, you ain't got to go that far. If you say CFPB, we gon' everything, all our verbs gonna change. All the verbs are gonna change. When you gonna get to it? Not at 5 o'clock. Right now. Not now, but right now. Right now. I'm gonna stop everything I'm doing for you, sir. Yes. So what happens is when while they're figuring that out, some brokerages, they see what's going on. They see the writing is on the wall, and they're making changes, and they are saying to the seller, hey, and they have to really pronounce it and say, hey, seller, listen, I'm going to take some of your money, probably half of it. I'm going to keep my part, but I'm going to take your money. Now it's my money, and I'm going to give some of it to the buyer's agent. So whoever buys your house, you're the one that's actually paying for them to be able to represent the buyer. Yeah, I know that they trying to nickel and dime you for more money. Yeah, I know they want you to pay the closing costs too, even though you the one that's paying their commission. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? You paying somebody that's getting ready to try and fight you? Like, what? But that's the way it's been done. It's been customary. In a lot of places, it just hasn't really been written down. It was just a customary thing. Hey, I got this house. Hey, if somebody brings me a buyer for this house, I'll give you a little something, something for your time. And that's how the buyer seller agents got started, right? So now when people call us or are online and they're like, oh, I want to buy a house. And I say, hey, well, do you have a realtor? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, okay, I could connect you with a realtor. No, I'm okay. I don't want that. And I'm like, oh, no, you don't have to pay for it. You don't need to pay for it. Oh, well, now all of a sudden they perk up. Oh, tell me more about this realtor. Well, now the new way of doing things may potentially end up being that you got to pay. So how much money do you need? All the money and then some. How much money do realtors get paid? Typically about 3% on the transaction. So again, same thing, at $350,000, the seller is paying out $21,000 just in commissions. That don't include them putting a down payment on their next house. That doesn't include they closing costs on the next house. Doesn't include closing costs on this house. You know, it becomes really, really, really expensive. And so that $21,000 then gets split between the buyer and the seller. So let's call it, they split it 50-50. $10,500 could potentially be your fee. On top of the, what did I say earlier? 24,000 and something. So now all of a sudden we're in a position where they're like, well, God, these buyers, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? These buyers, how they going to pay for that? These buyers, they can and they will. And I hate to say it like that. I'm not saying it won't. Some people will. It won't be everybody. But some people absolutely will. Hey, 10 Plus Sounds, thank you so much for pulling up on me. I appreciate you. Congratulations, Joy. Stay winning. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is very sweet of y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't expect this at all. Thank you. I got multiple colors now. Ooh. It look like the lead attorney. Well, no, not really. Definitely don't look like the lead attorney. I look like what they call a new attorney. What they call it? I look like the rookie attorney. I look like the paralegal attorney. The intern attorney. There you go. That's what's going on right now. I'm in my apprenticeship. So thank you very, very, very much. Yeah, you give me all the advice too. And we be leaning on each other. I swear. I don't. He gave me a compliment the other day about my thumbnail. You could tell me. He's like, yeah, that white outline was crisp. Yes. Use the white outline again. Check. And I did the noises, the whoosh, and I did the thing, and I started using CapCut. I started using CapCut, and I ain't looked back. I mean, I probably will look back, maybe, but yeah, that rendering is way faster. Like CapCut is where it's at, especially if what I'm doing. I don't need to be doing all that extra stuff. So, thank you very, very much. I certainly do appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Thanks for pulling up on me. Just says, is making videos about down payment assistance programs helpful? MCs. Let's talk about it. Actually, that's a perfect that works. That kind of works out perfectly. We could talk about that right now. So, in terms of being well qualified, right? I just said how much money do you need to have? I said all the money. If you asking for down payment assistance, so I don't know if you heard the part earlier when I was saying, what did I say earlier? I said earlier, like you want to make sure you have your down payment and your closing costs. Because whenever you put down like your earnest money and stuff, they're going to be like, oh, they got money. So they're going to be good. They're not going to be asking me for nothing. When you're in a multiple offer situation, when you have the thing that other people want, you have all of the power. And I started with a statement that I saw on a Facebook page where a realtor said it is not going to be sellers selling their homes this year. Sellers will be auctioning their homes this year. And so what that means is it's going to go to the highest bidder. Would content about down payment assistance programs and things be helpful? I don't know. Because that would almost be counterproductive to this notion that it's not going to be competitive, that it will be competitive. And in order to win, you have to be able to compete. And if you're competing with someone that can walk away from $20,000 with no problem, how competitive are you really? And what's really sad is there's nothing wrong with FHA loans. There's nothing wrong with VA loans. There's nothing wrong with down payment assistance. But it's very important, which is actually my next point. That's why I was like, yeah, that actually works out perfectly. Which it's very, very important for you to make sure that you are vetting the people that you are hiring. Because when you get somebody new that don't know nothing and don't know what they're doing, and they going off of hearsay, and they don't understand how FHA works, they don't understand how VA really works, and you could potentially be in a situation where you are counted out before you even get started. And let me be very clear in what I'm telling you, because I don't want to mince words about what I'm about to say at all. And I want y'all to hear me and hear me good. There are situations documented. I have seen them with my own eyes. I have buyers that can attest to this, that when they made offers on homes back in 2020 and 2021, the realtors get the offer. So if I'm the listing agent, if I'm the selling agent, right? So I'm representing the seller. Well, the conversation is between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. Okay. The consumers, the buyers and sellers, they out of it. They have agents that's represent, like football, like basketball, right? Like Pat Riley got that big contract, right? Did he know? Didn't he know? I seen what TLA said, right? So he had but not Pat Riley got a contract. With Eric Spoelstra got that contract, right? So did he know? Didn't he know? He had an agent that was negotiating, maybe with Pat Riley, whatever. And that's how real estate works. You have agents that's going back and forth, and they bone carriers like Sheree on on Real Housewives. You see, I'm trying to mix in my pop culture. So they're communicating. And so when the buyer's agent says, here is my offer. Here's an offer here. Just wants to offer, 10,000 less than what you're listing the house for. And then we look at the contract, and the contract says that you're putting $500 in earnest money. And on top of that, you have down payment assistance. Now, in their head, they're like, oh, hell no. Because most down payment assistance programs are FHA loans. Not always true, but most of the time. And so they're going to be looking at it, they're going to be like, oh, hell no. And by, oh, hell no, you know what that means? I'm not even going to show this to my client. You done lost before you even got started. And that actually has happened. I'm telling you it's happened. And would it be beneficial for me to have this content? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could razzle dazzle it. I could put it out there. Sure. I know more about jumbo loans than I do down payment assistance programs, but I'm just being honest. The goal is to make sure that people are able to get their offers accepted, not just be able to apply. And unfortunately, it's a lot of professionals. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're out there and they're lying to people. So a part of being well qualified is not only having all of the money, but making sure that you are vetting your representation and that you are working with someone that has done and has had offers accepted in a real estate market that has been super fast. And you want to ask, hey, so how many FHA borrowers have you had? How many loans have houses have closed? Tell me about those experiences. Like, delve into that. Like, you want to ask more questions. You're interviewing people. Like for a job, you got to get serious about actually, you are in the driver's seat. If you're a buyer and you're trying to figure out, well, who you're going to get your loan through, ask some questions. You're hiring them for a job. Same thing with the real estate agent. You're hiring them for a job. You all may not be a good fit for one another. And if you're not, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, I could definitely do it. It's just, I mean, down payment assistance is great for people that already have money. As ironic as that sounds, it really is. It's good for people that already have money, because then you have options, right? So that's again, it's if you need it, please, by all means, like, let's go. Let's do it. Let's take the application. Let's go. And I will fight for you on your behalf. And I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm about to start telling on people. If I feel like that I'm sending out pre-approval letters and those people are not getting their offers accepted, I'm gonna start asking some questions. Why you gotta be on 30 houses? What's going on? Help me understand something. Especially when you've done all of the things that I'm saying to do. What's the problem? They got a letter from the underwriter saying they qualify. What's your problem? Why isn't it good enough? Excuse me. How much money do you need? You need to be able to cover the appraisal gap. The lady said in 2024, sellers are no longer selling houses. They are auctioning them. That means to the highest bidder. They're going to run it up. And I'm not a fan of that, because I feel like that they don't know what they're doing. The tail is wagging the dog. They need to get it together. It makes no sense to me. You need to draw a line in the sand and be like, okay, this is ridiculous. Why would somebody pay $30,000 or $40,000 more than what the appraiser said the house was worth? That's stupid. So, how much money do you need? I don't know. Hey, girl, hey! Pills, potions, and poisons. What's up, girl? Thank you so very much. Shout out to the mortgage boss. That's me. That's me. Hey, me. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. My multiple colors super chats. This is so exciting. It's like my very first day at work. Oh my gosh, look at me. It's like my parents are coming to see me on my first day of work or at my school play. Hi, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mastermind is in the house. Yeah, her channel is growing too. Girl, you have to step it up because baby, Jess is on our necks. Do you hear me? She said, hold on, where's that comment? Because I saw it. Jess said she did a video. Where is it? Funky Daniva got her 20,000 views. Girl, listen, I ain't had 20,000 views in 4 months combined. I got to get my life together. Okay. What are we doing? So girl, come on. You got to compete with her because the stuff that you be talking about, y'all neck and neck. You talking about the drugs and the poisons, and she talking about the celebrities that's doing them. Maybe I should collab. Ooh. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Collab on the way. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you for your support. We had that I guess it's been a year now that we started the other podcast. I think so. Yeah, I think it's been about a year. I need to go and watch and see some of those episodes of what we were talking about. Oh man. So okay, so out here trucking says, oh, there you go. I was waiting for you to show up. Yeah, that's right. Shout out to her. Working at that pharmacy, saving lives. All right, let me see. Okay, just say when I got my house with down payment assistance, my down payment assistance was written into my offer letter like cash. What state? What state are you in? Because I know here in North Carolina, there is a line item, and it used to be from what I heard, because I'm not a realtor, I don't know. From what I remember hearing, it used to be like you could check the box, but now you don't check the box. What you do is it's a line and it says other. And so you check the other box and then there's a line. And so I guess you didn't write it in. Like that was supposed to make it more discreet. Okay, so your home loan was a conventional, so you don't. It does because okay, I'm gonna tell you why it makes a difference. Again, like I said before, there is nothing wrong with a VA loan. There's nothing wrong with the FHA loan. There is nothing wrong with down payment assistance. What happens is with a VA loan and with an FHA loan, there is what's called an amendatory clause with FHA that basically says, because y'all ain't veterans, so I'm talking about FHA, that says when the house gets appraised and the appraisal comes in, the appraisal has to stay with that home, period. That's it. That is the value for the next, I think, 6 months. So you can't run it up. You can't run it up. You got to go with whatever they said, no matter what. So what happens is, let's say, again, I'm going to keep using a $350,000 house example. So let's say we have a house that is listed for $350,000 and it appraises at $340,000. At this point, the realtor's pissed. The realtor feels like the appraiser don't know what they doing. And then the realtor feels like, don't lend them, I'm never working with them again because they are appraiser. Honey, we don't hire them appraisers. They work for themselves. We got nothing to do with them. Right? So they mad because they understand. They're like, okay, well, does my buyer have this extra $10,000? Can this person cover the difference between what the purchase price is and what it actually appraised for? Because the bank is only going to give you the lesser of the two, minus your down payment. So that same example that I gave you earlier, $350,000 with your 3%. What I say, you need to have 350. When I said you should have 7%, so down payment and closing costs, right? Your $24,000 is now turning into $34,000 if you still want to move forward with that transaction. Or the listing agent and the seller need to come to a meeting of the minds amongst themselves. They need to have a come to Jesus conversation to say, girl, the house didn't appraise. Like, just, it's fine. Like, you are profiting $200,000. You don't need $210,000. In my opinion, I feel like that's how the conversation should go. However, we are in a capitalist society and people want the absolute most that they could get. They want to feel like they done stuck it to you. So if it's an FHA loan, now they're stuck with that value of $340 because it was a $10,000 difference. They stuck. This is it. This is what it's going to be. And not only that, remember that $3,500 we talked about earlier when I said you have to add the earnest money? So your $3,500 earnest money deposit on your $350,000 house, it can now be returned to you because the house didn't appraise and you can walk away and you haven't lost anything. But the seller has lost everything. They've lost a buyer and they lost that $3,500 and they got to start all over again. A conventional loan, it works the exact same way, except at this point, if you don't want to have that if you don't want to pay that if you choose to walk away and not pay that extra $10,000, you lose your money. They get to keep the money. Like, okay, cool. I won either way. I won with you. I won without you. I got something for it. You paid me for my time. You wasted my time and you paid me for it. Thank you so much. That's how it works. So there's nothing wrong with the loan. It's just that the government is like, we're not getting ready to just let you buy any old thing and pay too much for a house. It just does not make that. Who wants to pay too much for anything? I don't know when and how and where. And I mean, I do. I know why and I know when. It's a supply and demand issue. And I recognize that. But it is so far out of control now. I don't know when it's going to come back. Oh, they said that they waiting on some baby boomers to die. So maybe then. And then I read an article earlier today that said that millennials are probably not even going to get the benefit from all the baby boomers dying. Because we're too advanced in age. So by the time they all die, we're going to be old. Like we're going to be at the beginning of old, apparently. I don't know. And so then the Gen Zers will be our age now. So they will get to benefit from all the silver wave or silver tsunami. That's what they're calling it. So no, I mean, it's different everywhere. I don't know. Okay. Oh, y'all all speaking to each other. Speaking. Yeah, she had a viral video. Well, I mean, 20,000. Hey, that's a good day for 600 viewers. I mean, 600 subscribers. Funky Donnie, he on there, right? No, he come on at 8:00. I've been watching him. I like him by himself. I mean, I always have watched him. I watched him since his hair was laid like Nene Lee. So I'm day one. I'm a day one. I love him. I love his evolution. I adore him. He's a very, very smart guy. Oh, darling, you in California. Girl, you been in California this whole time. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's hard to buy a house in California. You must got money. Because I see in the comments on TikTok, the people are like, oh, no, girl, that ain't going to work out here. Because I made a recommendation. I said, hey, you want to save about $20,000 to be able to, think about buying a house. They was like, oh, girl, no, not us. I said, oh, yeah, I know. I wasn't talking to y'all. I wasn't talking to y'all and I wasn't talking to the people in the New England area, okay? I was talking to everybody else. We know what time it is out here. All right, so be well qualified. You want to have a backup plan, so a plan A, B, and C if you can. Whenever I look at a loan, I always try to think about what could go wrong and how can I solve for it. If you are not a well qualified buyer, there's nowhere for me to go, and it's going to blow up, and it's going to be a disaster, and you're going to hate me. I'm going to hate you. We're going to hate each other. I'm going to be upset because I'm like, that was my commission. It's a whole thing. It's a vicious cycle. So yes, you want to have a backup plan if you can. So if that backup plan means, oh, I could get my mama on the loan, or if that backup plan is, okay, well, I'll tap into my 401k, or whatever it is, try to have a backup plan for sure. Please. And again, the most important thing, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because I definitely had somebody lie to me this time last year, told me that he made a certain amount of money at the job that he had. He switched jobs behind my back. And he did not qualify. He had me up at midnight. I got a video. I never posted it. I was pissed. I did a whole video. And I don't know where that video is now, but I have a whole video. I was up at midnight working on that loan, trying my best to try and figure out how I could make that man qualify. He quit his job. He took a $25,000 pay cut, and he thought I wasn't going to notice. What's wrong with people? Isn't that crazy? $25,000. Anyway, that's it. Also, yeah, and make sure you have patience. Pack your patience, because you're gonna have to keep making offers until you can get your offers accepted. So those are my things. But if like I said, if the girls, if the ladies, if the realtors already have this idea or this, I don't want to call it a wish, because I don't think anybody wants it to be like how it used to be. And it probably won't, for a variety of reasons. It won't be as crazy as it was for a variety of reasons, because someone pointed out to me, they was like, well, Joy, gas $4 a gallon, and food costs 30% more. And apparently, y'all, did y'all know people was paying $2,000 a month for daycare bills? Did you know that? They said the people out here spending $2,000 a month for daycare. So all of those things factor in what's considered to be affordable, and people probably aren't going to be so aggressive like how they were before. So that'll be a good thing for everybody. So fingers crossed, maybe they'll have another baby or something. Whatever. What y'all talking about? Who couldn't wait to quit what? What y'all talking about? I'm not rich. I use that down payment assistance. They giving away. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. They sure are $100,000. Yeah, that's wow. And then you know what's really funny to me? So I live in North Carolina. I don't know why people think Charlotte is in South Carolina, because it's definitely not. We got a whole NFL. I mean, I thought we had an NFL team. I don't know what's going on over there, but we got a whole basketball team, whole NBA basketball team. It's a real city, home of the baby. If you know, you know. Yeah. And our down payment assistance program in North Carolina is up to $15,000 for first-time home buyer, and your income can be like I don't know. I think I want to say $132,000 or something like that. Let me see if I can find. I think it could be something like that. NC, North Carolina Housing Finance Agency income. I think so. Okay. Yeah. So okay, just kidding. Did they change the website? It looks refreshed. I don't like this. But I don't know. It's like $130,000, $120,000. You'd be surprised how many people that make six figures come into the equation and they don't have any money. So I mean, it doesn't really stretch that far here. To get the average price house of $400,000, you need to make about $120,000 to qualify. So yeah, $100,000 to my little 15. We in two different universes, totally different ones. Your child is not. What? Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't know. $2,000 a month. That's a lot. Yeah, they said that's average. And so I talked about it on TikTok, and the girls, they was telling their horror stories. I mean, these women are being terrorized. Like I'm not exaggerating. I'm very serious. They are literally like out of their minds because they're like, how did we get here so fast? It wasn't like that before COVID. And so they got, a couple kids in a couple of years, and it's very expensive. I think one lady told me in DC it was like 30 something $1,000 for the year for her. I mean, people were telling, I was like flabbergasted because in my conversation, what I will say to people, I'll say, hey, this is how we calculate your debt to income ratio. And if I see that their debt ratio is really close to the line, I will say, and if I know that they don't have like another income in the house that may not be on the application, I'll say something like, okay, like, your debt's a little bit high. We probably, want to make sure that you factor in your real life because you got to live. I said, we're not counting your light bill, your gas bill, your daycare bill, your $1,000 daycare bill. And I never had anybody push back on the idea of $1,000 daycare bill. Oh my gosh. I saw the article. I said, who's out here paying $2,000 a month for a child? What y'all doing over there? I was like, do they play the violin? They was like, I don't know what they doing in there. They cleaning up. I need a daycare center. That's what I need. That dude quit his day. Yeah, he sure did. No, he couldn't. Okay, so no, that's the story. Okay, so the guy that quit his job, this is what happened. He was living in the state of Virginia. Him and his wife wanted to move to the state of North Carolina. The wife was unable to be on the, well, no, let me stop. Let me pause there. When we did the loan application, remember I told y'all, I talk to people first before they apply. And in my mind, I already know if it's going to work or not. Like I've done this so many times. I already know. I know if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. Can y'all hear Jalen? Hang on a second. So, sorry. It sounds like it's a whole room of, it's one child. One 15-year-old boy. He got music. He got friends on the iPads. They playing the game on the internet, whatever. Tell Golden Gloves, I will. Golden Gloves. So, okay. So, So he wanted to go from Virginia to North Carolina, him and his wife, and they had children. The wife could not be on the loan, I think because of her credit. And so I said to them, hey, you need to save your money. And I remember I sat in this chair. I will never forget. I sat in this chair and I said, you need to save about $12,000. And they was like, oh, okay, we'll do it. Well, when you going to get the house? Mind you, it was February. I remember it was February because they wanted to move. They wanted to move in June. And I said, oh, okay, you got time. They wanted to like formally apply for the loan in like 2 months. And I remember repeating back to them, so you're going to save $12,000 in 2 months? Now, again, for me, having been through life and experienced a little bit of life, a lot of life, you done have 40 years of your life to save $12,000 and you have not succeeded at it yet. Why is it suddenly going to happen now? I don't think that is an unreasonable thing to think because it takes time. Like your whole life is going on. Your bills, oh, nope. I'm lying. They weren't paying a mortgage or rent. They were living with some parents or something. So they circled back after I gave them their instructions. I said, hey, you really need to have some money, have some money, have some money, have some money. Now, I don't know who engineered this, but they called me back, right? They called me in a couple months. Oh, well, they found a house. They ready. They found a house. They ready. Mistake number one. Get off the internet. If you don't qualify, get off the internet. Don't be looking at no houses. Because this happens more often than you think. Now, you put me in a situation. I know that this ain't going to work out. So I said, okay, we'll do some down payment assistance. And at that time, that's when down payment assistance had just went from $8,000 in North Carolina to $15,000. So I was like, okay, wait. Well, how much money did you save? $4,000. And I believe it was the same $4,000 that they had when I talked to them in February. Can y'all see I'm deeply bothered by this? Like, I literally remember this story. Like, I remember everything about it. I practically remember what I had on. And my memory is awful. I can't tell you what I wore yesterday. So, I'm on the phone talking to the husband or whatever. So we figured it out. Okay, we're going to do this down payment assistance. This is the amount you can qualify for. They are driving from Virginia to North Carolina every weekend looking for houses with the realtor. Virginia, North Carolina. Now, mind you, Charlotte is at the bottom of North Carolina. So you got to go through the entire state to get here. That's a smooth 3 hours or so. And I can't remember. I think that was in Richmond. But they was driving back and forth. They found a house. And remember, this is during the time where interest rates are going up. So as interest rates go up, the amount you qualify for decreases. And back to what Jess was saying with the whole down payment assistance thing, you got to put in offers. Who's going to accept it? They put in a couple of offers and they weren't accepted. So finally, someone accepted their offer. And it was the beginning of May. Somewhere in the beginning of May, they said, oh, we're under contract. We're ready. I was like, under contract? What? Okay. I'm trying to figure everything out. We submit everything to the underwriter somewhere in the middle of May at this point. Submit everything to submit it to because it goes to the processor first. And we verifying along the way. Understand that. We give me your pay stub. That's what, okay. At the beginning of May-ish, he sent me a pay stub. Voluntarily sends me a pay stub. Okay, just out the blue, here's a pay stub. I didn't ask for one. Okay, cool. Like, things are humming along. Like, they still looking for houses good. They go into contract. He knew what he was doing. They go into contract like the middle of May. I want to say it was like May 17th. They go into contract. They ended up a few days later, maybe 7-8 days later, I got a phone call from processor. Hey, we called to verify their employment and he don't work there no more. I said, oh, okay, cool. Hung up the phone. I wasn't tripping because I thought, surely this man did not sign his name on a contract purchase agreement in the state of North Carolina, moving from Virginia to North Carolina, the bottom of North Carolina at that, with no job. So I sat on the information. That was on a Wednesday. I didn't say nothing. I sat on the information because I had to think my way through it. Because I'm like, there's no way possible. Side note, loan officers don't like to deliver bad information. We will find everything else to do. I will walk to Virginia before I be wanting to get on the phone and tell somebody bad news, okay? So we're going through the thing. I said, okay. Thursday comes. Okay, I got a plan. This is what I'm going to do. Because remember, I said you got to have plan A, B, and C. I'm like, okay. I know he got to have a job because he wouldn't went on the contract. All right. Please remember, he gave me that pay stub and I didn't ask him for it. Okay. So now I didn't call. I sent an email. At like 10 o'clock at like 7 o'clock that Thursday night. I sent an email. I said, hey, I heard you don't work at your job no more. Send me the pay stubs for your new job. I CC'd the realtor. The realtor legit did not say nothing. If you a realtor, baby, you gonna be knocking at my door at 8 o'clock. What? What's going on? What you mean? What do you mean you don't have a job? Nothing. Crickets. Did nobody say nothing to me? I was at a meeting on that Friday. I was talking to another realtor. My phone rings. I looked at the phone and I knew it was over. So I called him back and he started hemming and hawing. And he tells me, yeah, I do have another job. Okay, cool. What I need to send you? All right, send me, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I don't have a pay stub. Okay, well, send me your offer letter. Okay. He never mentions to me that the offer letter was going to reflect that he had $25,000 less in income. Sir, why didn't you tell me that you got another job? Because I'm looking at this offer letter and I'm looking at your pay stub date. You knew damn well that you was not going to have that job when you sent me that pay stub. You didn't have the job when you sent the pay stub. Why would you do this? Why would you lie like this? And now I'm in a situation where everybody looking at me, the pressure's on to try to save their earnest money. I don't want to save it. Play stupid games. But I needed that commission check though. So I was like, okay. Let me roll my sleeves up. Let me pray. And I sat right here in this seat. The Friday before Memorial Day. And I mean, I shaved off a point. I did reduce closing costs. I said, can you pay off this? For the same reason I said, save $12,000. When I told him, he could have had the loan. If he would have followed directions, he could have got the loan. Not only could he have gotten a loan, he could have gotten a loan and not used his money. He needed reserves and he didn't have none. Reserves is money that you have after the transaction is over and done with. So if you go through a down payment assistance program and you already like shaky and you going in the transaction, you ain't got no money of your own, nobody's interested. He didn't follow directions. And he went behind my back and quit his job and didn't tell me. And he took a $25,000 pay cut. All because the job that he had in Virginia was a remote job that was headquartered in Atlanta. It was headquartered in Atlanta, and he didn't want to have to go and live in Atlanta because they got a new CEO, and CEO was like, you ain't bring your ass to work. That's what happened. DOA. That was it. Wild and crazy. So that's it. Maybe, I don't know what's going on. What's that? Window shopping. What y'all talking about? Window shopping. But yeah, so you gotta have money. Down payment assistance or not. He should have put the wife on her credit. Her credit didn't qualify. You gotta be careful. He thought he knew better. They always do. And I am convinced still to this day. And I want to be wrong, but I know I'm not wrong. I think the realtor knew. I think she knew. Because there is no way possible that I'm telling you. I think the house was like $340,000 or something like that. You are not getting ready to sit up here and tell me that you're not getting ready to be scrambling to get $10,000 in commission. You gonna be like, what? And then to not say nothing the whole night, the whole morning. He called me. Even after he called me, I think she knew. I think she knew. Had to. Don't do that to people, please. He could have waited till after. No, he couldn't, because he would have had to go and work at he had to report to work physically. See, these remote jobs, remember, so you weren't here. I was talking about occupancy fraud. So one of the things that we're starting to like pay more attention to now is the people that say they got a remote job, because y'all have to think about all these agencies. Everybody's in Washington, D.C. They all go and have lunch together. They all go down to the Watergate. Like they all know each other. All of these different agencies, these government agencies talk to each other. Literally. This agency notice a pattern. They be like, hey, did you notice that too? And they like, no, I ain't see that. And they like, I saw it. And then somebody else chime, yeah, I've been noticing that too. And they start talking and they say, oh, this is interesting. So, well, what happened back in 2020? Everybody was a remote worker. And what happened? Everybody thought they were going to be remote for the rest of their life. Oh, it's a new way of life. All the headlines say, oh, life has changed forever. Oh, the productivity is through the roof. People are having the work-life balance. There are lions and tigers and bears walking down the street. There are no cars. This is great for pollution. This will save global warming. Oh my gosh, the smog. We've never seen no smog. Look in LA, there is no smog. This is the first time that we've seen the sky this clear in 40 years. Y'all was there, y'all know. It was a wild and crazy time. And don't you know, all these people moved from California to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, with their California salaries. They was like, oh, this is it. They moved from DC to Nebraska or Idaho or wherever they wanted to go that was way cheaper. And so time goes by and I said, they gonna call y'all back to work. Because the only thing that we can do is we will call and say, hey, if you say that you are a remote employee, we're going to call HR. I had a conversation with somebody the other day. He thought he was finna finesse me. I could tell by that second question, because it only takes one answer. The answer is yes, we're going to call. You don't need a follow-up question after that. When you're asking a follow-up question, I know you're trying to finesse me. First of all, why are you asking me? I think the question was like, hey, you need another pay stub? Why? You finna quit your job? Why does it matter? Why does it matter when we need it? You still gonna be there, right? So I'm like, okay, so you asking a lot of questions. Like, why? We're gonna call. We're gonna look at your pay stub and we're gonna call. Hey, you still work there? Okay, cool. Is this person authorized to work remotely, indefinitely? Yes or no? Some companies was like, no, they're gonna have to come back when this is over. Because some people, they thought, oh, I'm working from home, I'm never going to have to go back. No, the company didn't tell you that. You thought that on your own. And you took it upon yourself to move. But you shouldn't have moved. You should have stayed right there where you was at. So in this particular situation, as they were starting to call people to come back into work, remember, this is the beginning of 2023. They're calling people back into work. They've been dropping hints to people because it happened here in Charlotte with one of the larger banks. They had been telling people. And the reason why I know is because when the headline hit somewhere around June, I posted something on Instagram about it. And a girl who I do not know, she said that she worked for HR for this bank. And she said, girl, we've been telling these people that they need to come to work. We've been telling these people for more than 6 months that they need to come to work. She said that they knew the whole time that the people were living somewhere where they were not supposed to be living. These companies, they know, they talk to each other. And so now Yeah, he wanted to live where he wanted to live, and they was like, "No, you need to come to work." And he was like, "Oh, I can't do that." So he thought, "Well, I'll just get another remote job," which I ain't finna hold you. He got that job quick. That's what's up. But $25,000 less? No, that ain't gonna work. And you wasn't gonna tell me? Yeah. So just be honest with everybody in your transaction the entire time. Have more money than you actually need to be able to get through the transaction. This is not a requirement, it is a recommendation. Your loan experience or your home buying experience is in your hands. It can be as easy or as difficult as you choose to make it based upon how prepared you are when you get into the transaction. If you're trying to prepare inside of the transaction, you're going to hate everybody involved. If you come to the transaction and it's barely being held together with spit, you're going to hate everybody and you're going to think, well, these people don't know what they're doing. And in all fairness, I can see why you would think something like that. If somebody told you that you could get a loan with barely qualifying and they did not caution you and tell you up front, like, no offense, what they say now, respectfully, you're a shit show. But we gonna try it anyway, though. Sometimes you gotta tell people that up front, like, you a shit show right now, right? I hope you know that. You don't. You didn't know that? How did you not know? You think this is normal? Right? Because there we asking for documents on documents on documents, documents that we didn't know we would need to ask for. Things pop up. It's crazy. And so if that's the type of transaction that you want, then go for it. But if you don't, then please, 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 I'm asking you, please take my advice because I know it works. Them awards, oh, y'all don't see them. It's awards over there in that corner. I got them because I know what I'm doing. But I'm happy to talk with anybody that would be interested in having a one-on-one conversation. I do 15-minute consultations. I will also have a free PDF of questions that I think that you need to ask when you are vetting your realtor, and questions that you need to ask when you are trying to find the perfect fit for you for a loan officer. All loans are not created equally. All borrowers are not created equally. All banks are not created equally. Like that whole Navy Federal thing. Darling, if you don't got good credit and a lot of money, do not call the bank. They don't want you. They like her. Okay. They like Beyonce. They don't like Sexy Red. Very different. Okay. Stick with what works for you in your lane. Okay. And they're really not. They're not all the same. Some of them have more overlays than others do. You've got to vet who you're talking about. If you know that you need a lot of hand holding, you need to match up with somebody that's going to do a lot of hand holding for you, because shopping for the rate is not the answer. That's not what you're supposed to do. Unless you're the intentional millionaire. Hey, shout out to you. Hey, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate you pulling up on me. Can I rent one of your rooms, Miss Morgan Falls? What? How are you? Thank you so much for pulling up on me. We winding down, but thank you for showing me some love. I'm monetized now. I got multiple colors. It's so exciting. So exciting. I swear. Man, TJ had me crying. You see that on the playback. He was very, very generous. Very generous. I was overwhelmed. I ain't expect that. I ain't expect any of this. I ain't expect any of this at all. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate the support very much. Everybody in here about to be monetized in a minute, honey. Just about, like I said, she about to pass me, honey. But see, you don't watch that type of content, do you? You don't be watching just with the mess. You don't watch that. But yeah, I will have a PDF of questions so you can actually interview the people that you are hiring for your realtor or for your loan officer, because your team matters. And I think that consumers don't understand that. They're all about rate, and not about experience, because the experience is going to determine whether or not you could get through the process. If you are not dealing with knowledgeable people, we are not selling cotton candy. We're selling cottages, okay? We're selling houses. These are 6 and 7 figure transactions. I don't know what to tell you. These are very large purchases, and you gotta have people that are working with you that's willing to tell you the truth. Excuse me. You gotta have people. Jesus Christ, excuse me. You gotta have people that's willing to tell you the truth, and you have to have people that are knowledgeable enough to be able to see problems before they come. Unfortunately, and this is no knock to new people, now is not the time to be playing. The people in the real estate chat said people will not be selling their homes in 2024. They will be auctioning them. If that is the expectation and you run into the arms of somebody to tell you that you can buy a house with no money and bad credit, you deserve everything that you get. And I understand that people want to go to what's going to make them feel hopeful. I get it. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, I mean, you get what you get, like I said. No. Yeah. Yes. We're the less ratchet side. I'm trying to figure out how to be in the middle, though. I don't know how to be in the middle. I really want to be in the middle. I can't figure out that spot. But I'll flip flop back and forth sometimes. But yeah, y'all, it's a serious transaction. And then I have a few other things that I'm working on as well. I don't know. I might need to hit somebody up. Has anybody done a course? I don't want to sell it though. But does anybody know how to do, what is it called? Teachable? What is it called? One of those? I don't know, but I need to figure it out because I want to do something like that for free, so people can have A to Z thing to watch. Their own like home buy seminar. But anyway, y'all, I have been on here for 2 hours. It's been real. I really have nothing else left to talk about. No one has any questions. If y'all are not on TikTok, you should get on TikTok. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. I'm serious about this. If y'all are not on TikTok, you need to get on TikTok. Yes, expeditiously. For real. Now I'm 41 now. Yes. Yes, I'm 41 now. And I was like, I ain't going over there with them kids on here. I ain't gonna be pointing at this and that. Go on TikTok. Y'all, I never expected for there to be so many intelligent, high level, professional people having dialogues that it's like going down a rabbit hole. It is amazing. It is absolutely incredible. I follow this bankruptcy attorney, and their attorneys, good God almighty, child, they racking up over there. Like 600,000, 700, 800,000 followers. What? Yeah. They are killing it. Doctors, OBGYN, you name it, they over there and they running the numbers up. It is crazy. I did not expect it, and it grew so fast. You're not too old for TikTok. I thought that too. I swear I did. Loan consultant. I just got the job today. I'm excited. Would you need an extra? Would you who need an extra job? Do I need? I need an extra. I'm at work right now. Don't you see? Hey! Oh my god! I'm a paid YouTuber. Look at me. I'm finally using my degree. Praise the Lord. Broadcast news. Look at me. Look at God. Well, congratulations though. Seriously, congratulations. I want to share something with you. So if you can, I don't know, can you can't DM somebody. Can you reach out to me somewhere on TikTok on something? Because I have something I'd like to share with you. But congratulations to you. Welcome. It's a very life-changing business. I love it here. I mean, I love it more when I start closing some loans, but in the meantime, in between time, I still love it. You're not too old for TikTok. I thought that too. Those people, listen, it's a lady over there on TikTok. She teaches grammar. She in her 50s. And I taught language arts and I just be so captivated. That lady has like 400,000 people that follow her. She had like 400,000 people that follow her. And she be doing lives. I'm like, what y'all talking about? There's a really older, I don't want to call her old, but she's coming toward the end of her career. She does loans. Ton of followers. It's crazy. It's a place for everybody over there. I'm shocked. So I had on November the 22nd, I had 190 followers. By December the 22nd, I had 10,000 followers. I have 17 now. I don't know if I'm shadow banned. I don't know what's going on. They hating on me today. Because this follower count, I only posted once, but this follower count ain't going nowhere today. But it's all right. Well, I'll post something and see how it goes. But I'm telling y'all, it is definitely, it's a place over there for everybody. They talk about everything. You name it, they talk about it. It's truck drivers over there. It's a man. Oh, that's why I was asking about money bass. It's a man and a wife, and he's like a bass fisherman. I was like, oh, this is unique. Ton of like 100,000. I'm like, who are these people? What y'all? It's fun over there. Go over there. Jess, does it equal out if you auction your home for a lot, but have to turn around? That's what I'm. Listen, you said exactly what I've been thinking. I'm like, I don't get it. How are you gaining if you running it up and then you gonna turn around and that person gonna run it up on you? That's my problem with this. And I really don't want to be like, I don't want to be like, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. But somebody has to be the adult in the room to be like, this is ridiculous. Enough is enough. And this one lady she said it would be a dereliction of duty not to get the client the absolute most that they could get. I said, oh, it's a dereliction of duty to run it up. It's a dereliction of duty to take more money than something is worth. So then if your role would be considered a dereliction of duty not to get all the money that you could possibly get, what is it called when the buyer's agent sits there and allows the buyer to spend more than the house is worth? Like, I'm just curious. What would you call that? Because it can't be a compliment. But again, like, I just feel the tail wag the dog. You gotta, The tail wags the dog. The professional is supposed to be the one to tell the consumer what to do. Let me shut up. It's crazy. You do no. I'm dead serious. You got to get a TikTok. I promise you. Listen, I'm a living, breathing testimony. I'm my whole TikTok changed my whole life. I'm not exaggerating. I will never not say thank you. I will never stop saying thank you. TikTok changed my whole. I was busier in December than I was for the whole January through November. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, He sent them people to save me. I'm telling y'all, it is crazy over there. It's fun. So I used to think that Instagram and TikTok were like the same thing. They're not. They are extremely different. Instagram is like picturesque, you got to walk around with a videographer, you got to stand and look out the window while music plays and your hair blows in the wind. Why is it windy in the house? And then you put some font up there or something, and then you get 140,000 views. Whatever. TikTok, people be laying in a bed. They just, y'all know what's some bullshit today? What happened? I'm engaged. I want to know. Y'all, I seen a lady today. Do y'all know Kwame Kilpatrick? Do you all know Kwame Kilpatrick? Kwame Kilpatrick was the mayor of Detroit. His dad, I forgot his dad's name. He was in the House of Representatives. And Kwame Kilpatrick did some things to some people, and he ended up, going to jail, and Trump pardoned him. I know Kwame Kilpatrick because I took a business organization course when I was in college, and my professor, I don't know why, but I think Time Magazine or somebody wrote about him, and so we read the article about how he had his organizational culture, and how he was in this political role, but he wore jewelry and like he was like this, Well, apparently he really was that. He wasn't just pretending to be one on TV. And I was on TikTok today, minding my business, scrolling through, and this girl was like, because like on TikTok, people say outlandish stuff. So my mother was a stripper. My mother was one of the best strippers in the city. Tell me more of this story. And so she's on TikTok alleging that her mother's involvement with Kwame as the mistress, she was his mistress, got her unalived. And apparently there is a child that is a result of this relationship. And the girl, I'm scrolling, I done went down a rabbit hole. And the girl is showing a picture of her brother and him side by side. Y'all don't think they look alike? I'm like, this girl, what? That's the type of stuff to be over there. Okay. Like, I'm amazed. It was another situation about a little boy. The husband, you can never be on that money. Right. It was a situation. No, there apparently there was some domestic violence situation which left a boy and two of his siblings and his mother shot, and the boy was the only one that survived. And I mean, I don't even know how I came up on this story. This happened in December. And I found the story 2 days ago. And I mean, it was like watching a movie because the dad is giving these update. Mind you, this has already happened. So I went all the way back to the beginning. So, because I didn't know how it turned out at the end. So I'm like, I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it. Like I couldn't just gone straight to the last post to see whatever. He made it. Thank God. But people be sure. I'm like, I like this. Like they tell these raw stories. And like I said, it's people they give good advice. It's a place for everybody. It's a place for everybody. I don't know what to say. I love it. I love it over there. I love YouTube too. I just need to figure out how. Can somebody tell me, please? That's the other thing. How do I stream to both at the same time? Because I was thinking I could. I knew I couldn't do it with StreamYard, but I thought I could do it with EVMux. But then when I tried to do it, I was like, well, where's the option? Now, mind you, I was looking at the free version. Okay? Full disclosure. I don't know. Do I need to pay? But then I think I saw somewhere it's OBS, and then like everybody was saying OBS was so hard. The lead attorney was like, I ain't messing with it. So I need to figure out how to stream the both. But yeah, you're right about that. You can't never be on TikTok, Mario. You absolutely right. Because then you could just like chime in with your opinion. And like, I don't know, like that's I like you could just respond to somebody that you don't even know. Like you stitch them, like they say something crazy and outlandish, and you be like, I know you fucking lying. I love it. I absolutely love it. You say you like OBS? No, I ain't tripping. The lead attorney said that it was hard to stream. He said it was hard. He said it was too complex. And so I took his word for it. And I was like, okay, I don't want to mess with that. So like right now I'm on StreamYard. So do I need to break up with StreamYard and get a new boo or a new bae? I don't know. But I'll figure it out. But yeah, y'all get on TikTok. I'm so sincere. I'm not joking. Get on TikTok. Cause I got like 400 subscribers. And I'm positive they came from TikTok. They came from TikTok. Cause like in my live today here, I think I had like maybe 14 or 15 at the most. I did a live stream on Tuesday from my phone. See, life is so much easier from my phone. And it was like 25, 30 people. It's different. It's different. The mortgage boss out here watching TLA. I mean, everybody in the chat know TLA. Like we were his mastermind, his YouTube mastermind group. I didn't mean to know him though. I don't even know how. I know a YouTuber. He's a real estate YouTuber here in Charlotte, and I would come on his channel sometimes to talk about mortgage. And he put me on to the lead attorney. He put me onto his courses, like, hey, he got these courses. And then from there, how did I get wrapped up? I have no idea. I have no idea, but I did, and I met all these people, and it's been a good time. I like that he has created such a community over there. Like I really try to implement some of that stuff over on TikTok, and I would like to implement it, over here as well. That's the goal. It should be a good time. Definitely shout out to the lead attorney. Maggie streams a ticket. She do? I pay. Maybe maybe she must have a. I mean, how many versions is it? Maybe she pays from a different version. Okay. Well, I have StreamYard, so let me see. I didn't pay for Evie Mux because I was like, let me test it out and see what happens. She streams from mobile to TikTok. It's a mobile StreamYard. It's an app. I just got a text message from a realtor, y'all. She sent me a client and I sent her back a $75,000 pre-approval. A win is a win. She's surprised. Okay. You know she's serious. This girl done call me by my whole name. Joycelyn? It's one person on this earth that calls me that. Literally only one person calls me Joycelyn. And I've known him since the 6th grade. So it is an app. Is that what you said? He did. Who you talking about? Who you talking about? What reels are you talking about? Yeah, the TLA came. Yeah, I watched him grow. I think when I started watching him, he was at maybe like almost 100,000. But I think like one of the videos that I ended up seeing, I remember. Nope, I absolutely remember. The first video that I ever saw of him was when he was going through his numbers, and he was talking about how much money he made on YouTube. I was like, what? And then I saw how the people be making it rain. I said, oh, he got that gushy stuff. Okay, the StreamYard streams. But no, what? Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, IG, Twitter. Okay, yeah, so I can't go to TikTok, right? But then, so you're saying she sets it up as a separate thing, so you can't merge the two. Because what I wanted was like, I mean, and ideally, what I would like for them, like if you're looking at TikTok, I would like for them to see whatever, like if I'm sharing articles or whatever it is. That's not possible. Did I just make that up? Am I ahead of their time? Do I need to put that in the suggestion box? Because I don't know. Y'all, let me tell y'all, I don't know if y'all 41, but it hurt. It hurts. Don't do it. No merger. So basically what I should have done is just done this and then just had my phone on. Is that what you're telling me? If you can confirm, that would be great. You literally saved me hours of trying to find it on YouTube, because I've been trying to find it for like a couple of weeks. Because I was like, oh, okay, I'll go live. Because they were like, oh, can you do like a Q&A like twice a week? I was like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. But I was trying to like streamline my life. Oh, okay. Gotcha. But that sucks. Then how would they see? Well, whatever. I don't get it. But I'll figure it out. I hate that. Okay. Well, now I know though. But yeah, but them people, oh, the other thing, they don't sleep over there. Y'all know I be up late. I be up at like 3:00 in the morning. But I don't be streaming at 3:00 in the morning. I mean, I literally will go to sleep and I will wake up and I'll open the TikTok at like 6:00 in the morning, and some bitch that's selling dresses. You can get it in green. You can look. Do you like the blue? Is this the QVC? What are you doing, girl? Yeah. You live streaming. It's 6:00 in the morning. You probably in California over there with Jess. Oh man, did you change it? Wasn't your name like Just Talk About It? Did I just make that up? Okay, so from what I heard, no. I mean, hold on, let me stop. The answer is yes to your question, but the language arts, the grammar lady, no, she's black with like however many 100,000 followers. She's black. The older mortgage lady, yeah, she is white. I only seen one black loan officer that's a girl. She got almost 100,000 followers, but she dance all the time. And she has a very niche market. I think she's Haitian. And so she'll speak Haitian, I think. Is that Haitian is a language? I don't want to be disrespectful. But she'll speak whatever the language is. Her and her husband. So, and they do lives all the time over there. But I don't know. I kind of thought that too a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. Did I get monetized? Yeah, I got monetized the same week. So I can't remember the day it was. I wish I could. I think it was on the 22nd. Yep, it was okay. Yep, no, it was the 22nd. So December the 22nd, I got monetized because I hit 10,000 followers. And so I think to live stream, you got to have 1,000 followers. And then to get monetized, you have to have 10,000 followers. And I went from November 22nd to December 22nd, I got 10,000 from in that time frame. And so when I got to 10,000, like the next day, then they sent me to like, you monetized. I was like, okay, now I see y'all over there. And they have like subscriptions and all. I mean, I guess similar stuff over here too. But yeah, and then on December the 31st, I got monetized over here because I was really trying to get it. I still don't have enough hours for the AdSense. I'm almost there. But from what everybody said, they're like, yeah, it ain't all that. But y'all, we've been in this thing together. Y'all know how hard and how long, like that's such an uphill battle. It's an uphill climb. And like to not give up. Because when I started it, because multiple people was like, girl, you should do it. You should just do it. I was like, whatever. But when I started it, I knew I wouldn't stop. That's me. Like if I start something, then I don't quit. So my whole thing was, well, I think I can be successful because I won't stop. I won't quit. And then sometimes in life, it's just about outlasting all the other people. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie. I think the lead attorneys mastermind and having a group of people that were experiencing some of the same frustrations and feelings and victories and failures, and I think that was probably worth. Let me not say this because he loved the money. Let me shut up. I got my money's worth. We're gonna say it. I don't want to gush and he raise the price or something crazy like that. But no, I think that it was worth probably more. I think I got more value. Because again, it's people I can pick up the phone, I could call, I can reach out to, even though I'm not in the mastermind anymore. And I think that was valuable. You need an extra job. I don't know. We can talk about it for sure. I don't know. It depends on where you work. Because I don't know if you got a base. I don't know where you work. I don't know if you got a guarantee. I don't know. Which I got a video coming out about my former employer. They sent me a demand letter. So that should be interesting. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'm caught up. Different generation. Yeah, it is. But see, I thought TikTok was all young, and it is, but I mean, no shade to the millennials, but millennials ain't buying houses. The younger kids are. Millennials got this idea that they supposed to buy a house with no money. And I know where it came from. I know it's not our fault. Like that is literally what happened our entire adult lives until about 5 years ago. So I understand it. I really do. I completely get it. We don't know no better. We literally haven't seen life a different way. And so now that it is a different way, we shell shock. So while we busy being stuck on stupid and can't understand why we can't buy a house with $55,000 in income, the kids, they like, how much money I need? Okay. And what else? What's the credit score? Okay. All right, I'll be back. And they come back. And they be like, all right, I got the money, I got the savings, I got the down payment, I got reserves. Oh, for real? Okay. I'm impressed. These kids have multiple jobs. This one girl, I did a loan for her earlier this year, last in 2023. She was a student at UGA. Was it called? Wherever the lead attorney went to school, right? Was it called Georgia something? Georgia State or University of Georgia? I don't know. But she went to school there. She was a full-time student. I think she was like an accounting major because now she got a job at one of the larger, I think, accounting firms. And so, or consulting firms. And she got that job. I think she started making, I want to say 85,000. She graduated in 2022. So she made $85,000. And then she has another business where she has scholarship. She helps people get scholarship money. Everybody, anybody who wants it, adults, kids, well, undergrad, graduate school. So she secured $3 million of scholarship money herself for her. And so she was like, when she figured out the formula, like she was like, okay, cool. I cracked the code. And that's how she started like racking up all of the money. And so somewhere in there, she was like, I could probably teach people how to do this. And that's what she started doing. That girl not only got her 85,000 job, like her job, that's kind of like her side job. She makes more money in her self-employed business that she properly files her taxes on. I could have used that income, but I ain't need it. She qualified. But that's just a testament to say she ain't the only one. She's not the only one. It's a lot of them that are like that. They get out here and they go get to it. You tell them what to do and they go and they do it. They don't be crying and complaining and sitting around and it ain't fair. Why you talking about it ain't fair? They saving up all their money. Imagine losing your dream house to a 22-year-old and you 40. That sucks. But that's what's happening. I think I know. Did you answer that? Did you say who it was? Selling candy on TikTok. Who Candy? Is that code for some sort of? Is that like some sort of street code? Some slang word? I remember that girl was selling that pink sauce. And y'all went and bought it. Now I wasn't on TikTok then. This is just when I was hearing stories about TikTok, and I was like, y'all are idiots. Why would you do that? Oh, okay, you did change it. I was like, did I make that up in my head? Creole. Thank you. I appreciate it because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I was gonna say Creole, and I was like, no, that can't be right. Okay, thank you. Search for this on YouTube. This girl figured out with OBS. Oh, okay. Well, what's the girl name? Oh, thank you. Live streaming for dummies. Are you serious? Is that what it's called for real? I like that because that's me. I would immediately gravitate to that video. Live streaming for it's all good. Oh my God. Let me see. Live streaming for Dummies. Oh, this is awful. I don't see. It does not say that. Crash course for dummies. Oh, Twitch. Oh, is this her? No. I see it. Oh, she did it 4 months ago. Just in time for me. Yay. Okay. Thank you. Because I'm like, it got to be a way to do it now. I ain't crazy. Okay, cool. I'll try and get that set up tonight. That was my man, 100 grand. He could have been here tonight. Well, you know, he's busy. Let's see. I am far from a lack of entertainment in New York City, where I truly enjoy the live. And by the way, you're a new subscriber. Okay, then. Yeah. Pew, pew. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Yeah, New York, y'all always got something to do. All the time. I seen this video. I don't know what y'all be doing in New York. Somebody got mad with somebody and put that car in reverse and backed it up. And I think they backed it up into like a Mercedes. Like on purpose, like bumper cars. And it was like crash cars. I was like, that's what y'all do? And then drove away. I was like, what is this? Do you see Gen Z applying for loans with more self-employed income? Yes. Yes. They get to it. First of all, they have higher salaries. If you follow DeAndre Brown, I don't know, like he got famous during COVID. He would always talk about what they not gonna do at work. Like, oh, nope. I won't be doing that. I won't. He like, oh, I'm taking PTO. They're like, well, PTO. He's like, prepare the others. I am not doing it. Don't ask me. I'm logging off at 4:59. Yeah, all of that. Yes, they are, in my experience, like I said, they don't push back. And it's not, I would say it's a little bit of they don't know no better, but then at the same time, they're not stupid. They're very smart. I saw an article today that tickled me. While we running it up in the club, they going to the library to hang out. It was an article today. I read it. And the article said that the Gen Z kids are going to, did I save it on here? It said that the Gen Z kids, they go to the library like for fun, to hang out on purpose. And I think they read while they're there. I mean, I'm assuming that's what you do in the library. I ain't been to a library in a long time. I went to a library one time and it was a fight. It was the quietest fight I'd ever seen in my life. They were fighting. It was two girls. I don't know if they were fighting over a book. God, imagine that. Being so eager for literacy. You're going to fight for it. Martin Luther King would be so proud. But they were fighting in a corner quietly, shoving one another. It was a wild day. I was like, I can't come to the library no more. But the article said that Gen Z, they're hanging out in the libraries, dead serious. They said millennials and Gen Z, but that can't be right. It's definitely probably like the youngest millennials and Gen Z, because ain't none of my friends at the library. I have no text messages, no group chats, no DMs. I have nothing on Instagram at all that has said, we're going to turn up at the library, meet us at 4 p.m. What? So they're in the library, and the article said it's because things are so expensive now, it's a way for them to read for free. I was like, imagine that. It's like they rediscovered the library. Yo, there's this place that you can go and you can get books and you only got to pay for them. But the thing that I'm thinking is that sounds on brand for Gen Z. They are smart. They are very, very, very smart. I don't know what they are. They can navigate things in a way that millennials can't figure it out. And it's probably because, like I said, it was just stuck in a mindset. I think they just have a more aggressive mindset about doing better and being better at whatever the cost is. They don't care. They ain't worried about it. Cause and I left out the fact when I was telling you about old girl, Miss Accountant with the scholarship business. She was a realtor while she was in college. She was like, "Oh, it's crazy out here. Let me go get my real estate license right quick." She was selling real estate and going to class and studying and working a real job and starting her business. And she's had the business for like 3 years. She started the business, I think, like when she was a sophomore or something like that. Her life was together when she came to buy her house. And she bought way below her budget and she didn't have no car payment. Obviously, she didn't have any student loans. They are much different than we are. We are significantly different. We had a problem. But yeah, they have it. But I mean, again, they gon' if you tell them to file their taxes properly, they're probably going to do it. Meanwhile, we trying to be like, well, what if I put it in a trust? And then what if how about if mm-mm. they not, you ain't gonna run the play on them. UGA, okay. I know. I'm like, what's the name of the school? They sell candy. Why would I? Is it candy that I can't buy at the gas station? I'm not selling no candy. I need to figure out something to sell though. Yep, Sir Ashley. Oh, he went live today. He don't never do lives. Or at least I don't never see him doing lives. Yeah, Sir Ashley. No, YouTubers be beefing. I don't know. Not on. I don't think not over here. We boring. I told you. Yes, Sir Ashley. He uploaded a good video yesterday. Oh, let me check out what his video is. Yeah, he used to live in my neighborhood. So me and Sir Ashley met. He lived in my neighborhood during COVID. And obviously, again, I was sitting right here in this chair. And he would post videos about like the neighborhood market update. And last month, 6 houses sold, 2 of them had swimming pools. And then he would talk about how like people were getting more and more swimming pools now instead of using the community pool. I just remember, and so I don't even know how we ended up talking because I never saw him face to face until last year. And so, like I said, he would invite me on his channel sometimes, and he kept saying, "Get on YouTube, get on YouTube, get on YouTube." Okay, I'm here. So where are the people? I'm like, I'm trying to be famous by tomorrow. I thought that's what y'all told me. I thought I was gonna be famous by tomorrow. Why am I not famous yet? I really seriously, like, all jokes aside, I believe in my heart and in my soul. There is a YouTuber that's a loan officer, and she has like 70,000 subscribers. I don't see why I can't. I feel like I should be able to easily close, $30 million in loan volume by sitting in front of a camera and talking to the entire country. It's not like having a little, I'm gonna do a home buyer seminar and 4 people come. No, I'm licensed in 13 states. Like, I should be able to do this successfully. So if y'all know someone that needs a home loan, I'm licensed in multiple states. The information is in the description box, which states I'm licensed in. So please give me a referral. I would love that. That would be great. But in the meantime, in between time, I gotta set up that free download so people are able to properly interview their loan officer and properly interview the realtor, because there is a huge gap. And I've been trying to figure out a thing that I could do as a giveaway that was something that nobody else had, something that was different. And I think so damn slow. Like, that's the one thing I'm very slow. I do everything because I have to think all the way through everything. Like, I don't know. I'm impulsive in some regards, but I'm like, I gotta think about it. I think through this. Give me a second. Let me think. Like, when I had to call that man to be like, why you quit your damn job? I was like, no, hold on, let me think through this. Which I guess that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's more harmful. Because speed is very important. But I've been trying to figure out what is my thing, what is my thing, what is my thing. So I think that's gonna be one of my things. I'm gonna have multiple things because most people only have one. And then when you get the download, it'd be something stupid, it's trash. Here's my download to your content calendar for the month. I know you lying to me. What is this? Did you type this up on a Word document? You ain't put no pictures on it or nothing. Trash. But I don't know. But anyway, y'all. Thank y'all for coming to entertain me, because I have been thoroughly entertained by y'all. I was trying to think of something. Okay, well, let's think about it right quick. What can Jess give away? What can Jess give away? Cause why? Cause I need people's email addresses. That's where I went wrong. I recognize I'm way behind on it, but it's okay. It's all good. I know I'm behind on it. I don't know. What can you give away, girl? I don't know anybody in like gossip that gives away anything. Yeah, because I guess giveaways would be more like, I don't know. You can't. What is it to give away? You don't have like access to nothing. Behind the scenes? No, that's not. That's more of a monetized thing. No, not gift cards. Download a free gift card. Girl, you're gonna be paying. Okay. Well, download. Give me a gift card. What we doing? No, they said it's supposed to be something that you can I don't know. I'll think about it, let you know if I come up with something. But anyway, y'all, it's been real. I appreciate y'all coming. Seriously, I appreciate the love. I appreciate all the acknowledgments. I appreciate all the monies. The monies. I don't even know how this works. I don't get it today, do I? It's a different day. Oh, I was supposed to do a stream sponsor. See, I'm so damn new. I ain't even know. Y'all, how y'all let me forget? How y'all let me forget that? I'll just put it on the next one. I'll put it on the next one. How y'all let me forget? Oh, somebody alarm. But all right, the 21st. Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't know. Interesting. Well, that'll be a good day. Let me get my life together. We gonna see. 2024 is gonna be a great year. I believe it is. Let's see if I can find me 70,000 subscribers too, and give me 100,000 followers on TikTok. I don't think that should be too hard. At least not on the TikTok. I don't know what's going on over here. I'm gonna post more often. And yeah, and just I will do some down payment stuff for sure. But anyway, guys, thank you all again. I sincerely do appreciate all of the people, the real bravado out here trucking, Jess, 10 plus, pills, potions, and poisons, the intentional millionaire. You guys, it was extremely uplifting to be able to be in this journey with you all, and it has been overwhelming to get the love that you all have given me this evening. You never know how people are feeling, what kind of day they having, and this is just really, really, really honestly, it is going to be a day that I don't forget, and I'm very grateful. So thank you all. So everybody else, I will see you all next time. All of my contact information will be in the description box if you would like to schedule an appointment with me to talk about your opportunities at homeownership. So y'all have a great day.